Hello friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. It is time to react to my Ulta 2019 purchases. I've already done this series with all of Sephora, my entire time shopping there, and I've done it with Ulta so far for 2018 and 2017, so if you're into these kinds of videos, I got a lot of content on the topic, so go check those out. We are going to move on now to 2019 though, because you guys have seemed to enjoy the 2017 and 2018 from Ulta, so I figured we would cruise into 2019. But before we hop in, I did of course film this look. It is part of my 2 looks video with the Give Me Glow Pastel Dreams palette. It should already be up on my channel by the time this video goes up. And then my details really quick before we hop in. This necklace is from Shop Sun & Co. You can use my affiliate code Beautbean for 10% off. These plugs are Love Kills Boutique. These earrings are from Spooky Doodle Club on Etsy. And my ring today is Ana Luisa. So yeah, without further ado, let's just hop in and chat about my Ulta 2019 purchases. This one isn't as heavy as 2018 because 2018 had a lot. From 2017 to 2018, that was definitely where I definitely bought the most. I was very much in that buy mentality, collect them all, I need everything. Early YouTube days definitely took an influence on that, but 2019, I kind of reined it in a little bit. Still bought a lot. I bought a lot more than I do currently, but I was able to kind of hone in on it a little bit more. I wasn't necessarily trying to collect all of everything. I did in some cases, but I'll get to that. But for the most part, it was a little bit more curated, a little bit more, I don't know, wise with my purchasing decisions. Let me just scooch on over so I have room for pictures and we can hop right in. All right, my first Ulta purchase was January 13th. This isn't even makeup. I bought 3 Dr. Bronner soaps, and I know exactly why I bought these because right before this purchase, I had surprised my friend Christy in North Carolina. I just visited her without her knowing. Her husband knew I was coming because I asked him if it was okay, but she didn't know it was coming. It was like a birthday surprise, but I drove up there to see her, and one of the days I took a shower, in her shower, she had Dr. Bronner soap, and I loved it, so I bought some when I got home. These are the lavender, peppermint, and tea tree ones. I don't buy these anymore, and I don't really have a reason because I did like them. The peppermint one is very tingly. That'll make you feel cold in the shower. The lavender one was nice. I don't feel like I liked the tea tree one very much. These were okay though. I would probably buy one again, but maybe not. I haven't bought it in like a while, so maybe not. Next order was on April 3rd, so about 3 months later. That's pretty good because back in 2018, I was buying like 1 or 2 purchases a month. Not even just one item, but like orders a month. I actually got the Cover FX powder again, the Perfect Setting Powder. And if you remember from the 2018 one, I bought this then, and I was like, I don't remember why I stopped using it because I think I really liked it, but I don't know if I bought it again since then. Well, I did buy it again here, and it was half off. So I'm pretty sure both times I got it during like an Ulta sale where it was 50% off. Because that's what it looks like happened. And again, I don't remember why I stopped using it. My theory is that the Milk Makeup one replaced it, and that's why I haven't looked back, because this was in April and I tried the Milk Makeup Blur Powder that October of 2019, so it's possible that I just used it for like the 5 or 6 months until I got the Milk one, and then immediately fell head over heels in love with the Milk one, so I think that's what happened. I think it was a good powder for a while though. Okay, remember when I just said that I was spacing out my purchases? Well, this one was like 2 weeks later. On April 18th. This was a fairly hefty order. It looked like I had a coupon to use, judging by what I bought. So I bought 2 of the NYX Faux Whites pencils. I got the shades Seashell and Mint Cream. This was my first time trying this particular type of pencil from them. It's like pastels basically. Seashell's a really pretty kind of baby pink, mostly white, but a little hint of baby pink, and the Mint Cream is like a pale mint. Again, a little bit mostly white with a little bit of mint, but it does have mint. I still have those. I have a few other shades at this point as well. I do like them. They're very nice if you want a mostly white liner but a little touch of color. They have their purposes. They're not ones I reach for all the time, but I do enjoy them. Next is the Colourpop So Juicy Plumping Gloss in the shade QT. Oh, this was my first one I ever tried from this line. This might have been right soon when the So Juicy glosses came out. I do like the So Juicy glosses. I love the packaging. It's very nostalgic, like old school Victoria's Secret gloss days. I never had any of those because I grew up poor, but I had friends that had them and they were very cute. Yeah, I think I still have this shade. It's kind of just like a soft pink color. It's not my favorite one from them. My favorite one is still the, what's it called? Princess Cut. It's just clear. Typical me. But yeah, I did enjoy that one for a really long time, and there's a high chance I still own that one. I also got the Colourpop Clear Brow Gel. It's not my favorite clear brow gel. It doesn't do enough to hold my brows straight up and in place where I want them to go. My hairs are very straight and very stubborn, so it takes a very strong brow gel to actually hold them. I currently use the NYX Brow Glue. That one holds them like cement. It's so good. This one wasn't great. It's very cheap and it could work for you if your brows aren't stubborn, but it didn't work great for me. Next, I bought the ABH Dip Brow Gel in the shade Medium Brown. I really liked this brow gel for a long time. This particular product kind of switched me away from only using pomades in my brows and doing the heavy blocky brow look to using something like this, where it's a brow gel with fiber, so it kind of fills in as you are gelling them as well. And it's great because it just kind of fills them in a lot quicker, and then you could use like a pen or something to clean it up even more. I really enjoyed this product, and it kind of transitioned me into that, and that's what I use now. I just use like a fiber brow gel with tint, and then I go in with a pen to kind of fill in any gaps, and then I use my clear brow gel to set it. Super easy peasy. I don't have to draw like structured things anymore, and I love that. I don't use this one in particular anymore, but I did love it at the time, and it transitioned me to what I love now, which is great. Next, I got two pencils from LA Girl. These are the Ultimate Intense Wear Auto Eyeliners. These are the ones with the twist step, not the wooden ones that you have to sharpen. I got the shades Perpetual Purple and Totally Teal. I still have them, and I do like them, but I don't reach for that particular formula of pencil as often as my other pencils. And from LA Girl specifically, they have like a neon range. I think they have pastels now as well, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong though, that could be a different line. But I like the Shockwave neon pencils a lot from them. But these auto ones, I don't use a ton. I use them sometimes, but I just feel like I have other teals and purples and other formulas that I tend to reach for more. Like a lot of my NYX ones, like my faux blacks, or even just the, what are they called? The ultimate pencils or something like that. I'm not sure. They're fine pencils, but they're not like my #1 favorites, but they are really cheap. Like, at the moment, they were on sale for $2.50 each, so that's really affordable. And then after that, last part of this order, I got a second Conceal and Define concealer for Makeup Revolution. I got my first one back in 2018, so you'd have seen that in the last video, and I guess I was restocking. Again, it's in the shade C1. I still like that concealer, but again, it did get replaced with the Conceal and Hydrate, also in C1. I'm using it now. I have been using it for the last couple weeks. I've loved it for a long time now. I started using that one, I want to say beginning of last year, or it could have been late 2019. Once I discovered the Conceal and Hydrate, I just kind of switched from the Conceal and Define because it's just creamier, blends out nicer. I have normal to dry skin, so it just suits me better. But the Conceal and Define was fine as well. If the Hydrate one never would have existed, there's a chance I would still be using the Conceal and Define. Moving on, 3 months later, July 15th, I made an order. Ooh. Heavy eye pencil order. Okay, so 2019, it's all coming back to me. 2019 was the year that I started collecting colorful eye pencils because I did not have many. This is the year I started collecting them, and I do not regret it one bit because I still wear a colorful eye pencil in my waterline every day. Well, I guess not necessarily colorful. Sometimes I use like a black, white, or brown. For the most part, it's colorful, but regardless, I use some kind of eye pencil in my waterline every time I do my makeup. And I have all the colors of the rainbow now. So do not regret this one bit. And a lot of these are really affordable. I buy a lot of NYX, Colourpop, all that good stuff. All right, first off, some LA Girl ones. I got the shade Paradise Purple. This one I did not like. I don't know which style this is. This is the Gel Glide eyeliner. It was a little bit tuggier. It wasn't as creamy as the ones I talked about previously or the Shockwave one. So this one isn't my favorite. I'm pretty sure I decluttered this particular one. Okay, then I got 3 of the LA Girl lip liners that I actually use as eye pencils. I've been using it for years. They don't irritate my eyes, but I also don't switch between my mouth and eyes. Like, I only use these as eye pencils, but they're neon lip liners. I wanted these specifically because they are in like purple, pink, and red, and I didn't have colors like that. So Blaze is a really pretty kind of fuchsia color. It's kind of purpley pink. It's really pretty. I use these a lot. Pop is a bright pink, super bright pink, not like a bubblegum pink, but also not like a dark hot pink, like a brighter, lighter neon pink. It's so cute. And then Fiery is a really pretty kind of raspberry color. It's a little bit more on the red tone side, but it's not red. It has a little bit of pinks though. Raspberry is my best word for it. Oh, this is one of the biggest things I did wrong in 2019. The same order, I got the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer in the shade Fair Beige. This was horrible. I hated this. Everyone was hyping this concealer up and I hated it. It dries under your eyes instantly and it's so hard to blend out. It gets so cakey and heavy and cracky no matter how much you use. I hated this. So very fast after I tried it on my under eyes a couple times and it did not work, I just made that like my brow cleanup concealer and I used it till it was gone, but I was not putting that like under my eyes ever again. It was horrible, not worth $5. The Hydrating Camo Concealer is absolutely amazing. Perfection, one of my favorite concealers ever. This regular one, absolutely not, it's horrible. Next is the OG Lime Crime Sun-Kissed Freckle Pen. This was back before they had like these freckle pens, which I don't know if the pink ones exist anymore. These came out last year, but this was their first freckle pen and one of my first freckle products ever, if not my first freckle product ever. I either tried this first or Freck. I'm not positive which one, but I tried this one and I loved it. It was so cute. It's a felt tip pen. It will dry out over time, but that's just felt tip pens in general. The color was really pretty. This one doesn't exist anymore, unfortunately, but it is very similar to the other two that they've released. This one was just a teensy bit warmer, but not in an orange way. It was just sun-kissed looking. I don't know how to explain it, but I loved it. But it doesn't exist anymore. Okay, some more LA Girl Shockwave liners. These are the actual eyeliners, not lip liners. I got 4 of the neon ones. We have Vivid, which is a bright, bright purple. I feel like I don't have that one anymore. I don't have that one. I don't know what happened to that one. It doesn't exist. I'm looking in my cup right now. I don't even remember ever having this one. I must have lost it, who knows. The shade Gotcha, which is a bright green. It's kind of like a grass green, like the color you would color it in as a child green, like bright green. Super cute. Screamin' is a neon yellow, which I actually just used very recently. And Fresh, which I still reach for all the time. It's a really pretty bright turquoise. It's so cute. Love all of these. Yes, they're so cute. And finally, in this order, I bought 2 of the NYX pencils. One was one of the slide-on pencils in the shade Platinum. I'm pretty sure someone commented on one of my videos recommending it as like a very wet, shiny looking eyeliner. It's a silver and it is one of the shiniest, wettest looking eye pencils you could ever put in your eye. It makes your eyes look like they're glistening. It is so wet silver looking. It's so beautiful. I still use it all the time. And the last one was a faux blacks one in the shade Black Olive. The faux blacks are like the opposite of the faux whites, where the faux whites are mostly white with a little bit of color. These are mostly black with a little bit of color. But I feel like these have more color saturation than black, whereas the other ones I feel like have more white than color saturation. I don't know if that makes sense. They're very dark, like jewel toned shades. And the shade Black Olive is what you would imagine. It's a really dark army green color. Very pretty. Again, I still reach for that one all the time. So this was a great order other than that e.l.f. Camo Concealer, but it was only $5, so it's fine. But I feel like you can already tell in 2019, my ordering was a lot more affordable. I wasn't buying crazy expensive things in bulk like I did with all those Stila Glitter and Glows. I can't believe the amount of money I spent on those back then. Like that would have been all of my spending money back then. Anyways, 1 month later, August 4th, I made another order. This one was a smaller order and there was a regret in here. I will say. First is the NYX slide-on pencil in the shade Glitzy Gold. I got this because I wanted the gold version of Platinum, basically, with that very wet metallic look. And this is basically that. It's just gold and very wet and metallic. It's not bright the same way that Platinum is, but it's still very glitzy in the eyes. It's so pretty and I still reach for it a lot. Also from NYX, I got the Control Freak Clear Eyebrow Gel. And I'm fairly certain that one from NYX was my favorite until I discovered my current favorite, the Brow Glue from NYX. So the Control Freak is great if you're not into the brow glue one. This one is awesome. It's a very nice clear brow gel. And finally, I got the Lime Crime Venus Vivid palette because I talked myself into it. I think it was like an impulse thing. I saw that it had launched suddenly out of nowhere. No one even knew it was coming, and then it was suddenly available. And I just got it. And I don't know why I did. I ended up hating it. I thought it was, I don't know, just not great. It was kind of boring to use. Even though it's rainbow colors, it was just kind of boring. There's 2 yellows in there, which was annoying. I'm pretty sure one was shimmer and one was matte, but still, the colors just weren't great. It was kind of patchy. It just wasn't fun. I was not happy with this one. And at that moment, that's when I decided I don't like Lime Crime's formula anymore. I liked the first 2 palettes, was not a fan of the third, and I hated this one. So at that moment on, I just stopped buying their palettes because I was not a fan of that one at all. Moving on to a couple weeks later, this was August 23rd. This was a fairly large order actually. let's just start at the beginning. So I got some more NYX pencils because this was the year of eye pencils. First was a Faux Blacks pencil in the shade Oxblood. I love this one. This one's probably like this long right now. Instead of like normal pencil size, I've used that one like crazy. I always go so ham with that pencil in the fall and winter. It's a really pretty dark red. It's so lovely and delicious. It's so pretty. Next was the retractable pencil from NYX in the shade White. I might still have that one. I don't know if I do. It was just a white pencil, nothing that crazy. I just didn't have a white, so I got a white. I do still have that one right here. I really don't use it very often though. It's not too often I want just like a pure white in my waterline. Usually I go to the pastel ones if I want a white because there's still a tinge of color. Regardless, it exists. Next is another retractable longwear pencil. This is the shade Golden Olive. It was like an olive green but metallic, and it's really pretty. Again, I reach for that one a lot as well. It's not super dark like the black olive one. It's a little bit lighter, but it's really pretty, a nice olivey shade. Okay, now is the time for the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Hydrate. So the Conceal and Hydrate line came out, and I bought both the foundation and the concealer. And again, I'm using the concealer right now still. I enjoy it a lot. Both are in the shades C1 and F1. I really like them both. I still have some of the foundation. I probably should use some more of it because it's getting kind of old, so I should probably use it some more before I have to declutter it. I really like both of them. Very creamy, again, very hydrating, hence the name. Blended out really nicely. I will say the foundation does lean a little on the pinky side, even though this particular one says it's a neutral undertone. It's not too pink to where I can't use it. Since I do lean more neutral, I can kind of make things work. But it does lean a little pinky, just to be warned. Ooh, this one I didn't like at all. This is the NYX Bare With Me Cheek Tint in the shade Detox Me. It was like a bright corally orange shade. It was just like a stick, like a cheek stick, but it was just so sheer. It almost just felt like a clear balm with a slight tint. It barely had color, so didn't really show up on my cheeks, was not my favorite formula. I did not keep that for long. I also though got the NYX Bare With Me Cannabis Sativa Seed Oil Lip Conditioner. I loved this for a very long time. If for some reason I ran out of all of my lip balms right now, that's one I would potentially buy again right away. One, because it's really cheap, and two, because it worked really well. Very hydrating, very nourishing. I wore it most mornings as I was doing my makeup, and it just sat nicely under lipsticks to keep my lips nice and hydrated. I love something like that. I always have some kind of like lip mask or lip balm underneath everything. So comfortable. I am not down for like dry liquid lips anymore. I need something conditioning under it to help things feel better. And I got the NYX Epic Ink Liner. I'm pretty sure I bought my first one back in 2018, so this was probably just me restocking it. It's still one of my favorite eyeliners of all time. It's very nice and pointed, and it's a pen style, and it's very easy to use. I love that one. It doesn't smudge on me, doesn't crack. I love that eyeliner. It's so good. Oh, and now we're on the last order. So I went all the way from August to December 13th. So quite a few months later, I finally made another order. A lot of eye pencils. This order is mostly eye pencils. Well, let's talk about the one thing that wasn't a pencil first. The Lottie London Freckle Tint. This was my first time trying that. I do still really enjoy it. I buy it again from time to time. Freck will always be my #1 favorite, but the Lottie London one is great, and it's only $7. I do think I don't know if I like this one more than the Jason Wu one. They're kind of tied. I'm not sure which one I like more, but regardless, it's pretty good and it's really affordable. And I love like a freckle tint type product more than a pen. So there's that. And now into the world of pencils again. I didn't realize there were so many pencils this year. I think it's really funny. This was definitely the year for pencils for me. But I bought a bunch of the NYX Slide-On eye pencils. The first one is Azure. It's funny because I use a lot of these all the time still. So this is, I don't know, interesting to me. Azure is a really pretty metallic bright blue. I use it all the time. It's so pretty. I love metallic eye pencils. I think they look so good. They just make your eyes look shiny and wet and twinkly. It's so pretty. Next is the shade Jewel. It's kind of like a rose gold mauve-y one. It's very more on the neutral side, but it's still a color. I use that one a lot when I want to do something a little more neutral and toned down, but not a like straight up brown liner either. So I use Jewel a lot. Purple Blaze. I don't know if I still have this one. Part of me wants to say I don't have Purple Blaze anymore. I could be wrong. Either Purple Blaze works great or Purple Blaze did not. Let me see if I still have it. I do not have Purple Blaze anymore. I was correct. I don't think this one worked great for me. I think this one just wasn't I don't know, pigmented enough. There was something about purple pencils when I was first getting into pencils. It was hard to find one that actually stuck nicely. A lot of purples were more tuggy and didn't really show impact the way that I wanted to. Now I have a couple. Like I have a NYX Epic Wear one in Fierce Purple that's pretty good. I have one of the faux blacks in Blackberry that's really good, but that particular one was not. Another slide on pencil is Brown Perfection because I realized I did not have just like a true brown. And again, I don't reach for it all the time, but once in a while I just want a brown liner and that one works pretty well, so it still exists in my life. And then the last actual pencil is one of the faux blacks ones in the shade Onyx. This is a really pretty like dark bluish gray. It's really pretty, very rich. It's very nice for cool tone smoky looks. Love that pencil. And the last thing I purchased in this order is the NYX Epic Ink Liner again. I guess I ran out of my liquid liner and needed more. That might have been a time in my life where I was doing a lot of winged liner. Who even knows? But yeah, that's it for 2019. So those were those purchases. I hope you liked this video. Again, let me know if you want me to continue this. We can chat about 2020. I didn't buy a ton in 2020 because of the pandemic, but I did make some orders. So if you're curious about that and seeing me reflect on last year's purchases at Ulta, let me know and I can whip something up for you. What kind of makeup were you buying in 2018? Do you have any regrets? Do you feel like that was a good time in your life for building your makeup collection? I really don't have many regrets from 2019. And I try not to regret makeup purchases because like it is a trial and error figuring out what you want anyways and figuring out what you need, but I do look back at the amount of Stila glitter and glows I bought and I'm like, child, Betty Jean, please save your money. You are spending hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars on these damn glitters that dry up so fast. But yeah, this 2019 year, I don't really regret much. I'm happy that I started building my colorful pencil collection because I use them all the time and I love them with my whole heart. So I think that was a pivotal moment for me. And it was also cool to see that I really started focusing a lot on affordable makeup then. So I don't know, I just find it interesting. And I would love to know what kind of makeup you were buying back in 2019. If you made it to the end of this video, why don't you leave me, I want you to leave me an emoji that represents the color of eye pencil you wear the most. I know that's very random, but I feel like this video was very eye pencil focused. So leave me that. And if you like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're not already, please hop over to my Instagram. It's Beautbean. Follow me there. I post every single day. And don't forget to subscribe. I'm posting most days here as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.